Hello, just wanted to drop a quick message before this video. It's not the sort of video I usually do because the Indies Under the Knife series is me kind of playing games that you've sent me and giving feedback and critiquing them and hopefully giving you something to sort of help you make your game better. This is just a game that I wanted to play. Demo's out, you can play it now. Fantastic game. Doing lots of things that I personally like in terms of the game design, the types of genres it's playing with and mixing together, and overall aesthetic of it, the sound design, the visuals, everything. Really excited for this game. So don't usually do straight reviews like this, but I've been ill for the last week or so and I haven't been able to make any new videos, so I thought I'd go back and edit this and put it out there. So that's why I'm doing this week, and Indies Under the Knife is still coming every Thursday. That is the show where you send me your games and I play them and review them and sort of do a little game design workshop with them, really. Talk about how to make better games and kind of using your games as examples of issues that games may have, or sometimes it's just you've made a good game and I look at it as an example of good practice. And that series is made possible by all the Patreon subscribers, and we've just set a community target. So we're currently doing Indies Under the Knife, comes out every Thursday. Once that Patreon gets up to £1,000 a month, I'm going to be doing it twice a week. And I'll still continue to do the other stuff I'm doing, like little talks about game design, little talks about creative direction and analysing other games and how they do what they do and so on. But Indies Under the Knife is currently every week, and when we hit that community target on the Patreon, we're going to go up to twice a week, because basically it means with more funding, the less freelance work I have to do to keep the lights on here, and that means I can do more stuff for you guys. So this is Death Howl. Hope you like the look of it too. I had a lot of fun with it.
It's a Soulslike deck builder, and the art looks so cool. And it's like artsy, grim, Scandinavian, folkloric stuff with deck building and Souls-like stuff, which I don't know how the Souls-like stuff is going to work with the deck building, and that's part of what I'm excited to learn. So let's just kind of get some first impressions on this and see what I think, see what you think. That's all the games in my Steam library that have the word death in. Go and check now. See how many games in your Steam library have the word death in. If you have more than 3, then you have beaten me at that, and that wouldn't be difficult. Poor animal, he must have been magnificent. There's some stuff going on here with these rocks. "15 health, 1... Is that mana? Am I choosing between these things? What is happening here?" See, I'm not sure what just happened there with that selection, but if it's kind of progression type stuff and leveling up, it kind of doesn't matter if it's a little bit mysterious at first. I'll know what it means next time, you know. You awaken the stones. Hang on. What does a moose voice sound like? "You awakened the stones. This sacred grove released the death howl you had absorbed. It revived every creature in the spirit world. Look around you." That's what a moose sounds like. "Over there. It's one of them piggies, innit? The spirit pig. What do you seek here? Are you looking for someone?" 2 deer passed by a moment ago. A stag and a fawn. "I am sorry, I haven't noticed much lately." "Then I must be on my way." "Thank you for bringing back my senses. Nothing here is what it seems. It is easy to get lost." Okay, cool. So, what I'm getting from this so far is, here's our map, and we're going to go and do some sort of finding people on a map and then battling them, kind of Pokemon type thing. So it's taking that sort of deck builder with a map thing that Roguebook did, and going from a sort of board gamey map to something that feels like you're playing a point and click adventure when you're moving around it. So I can see this grid on the floor here for this pig. If I step here, I'm going to go into a battle with a pig and a raven or something. That's cool. So they are those ones on the map. Yeah, the way that this kind of opens its world to you is really well paced, I think. I've had one combat, I've had some sort of mysterious upgrade, a little bit of dialogue, and now I'm immediately at this stage where I can see, ooh, there's going to be all of this stuff to go and explore, and that's like a, yeah, it feels really well paced, I would say. Looks like the bird has less move and less health than the pig, so I'm going to try and take it out first. Oh. Oh, I wonder if I can push him in the water. Not gonna get a chance to try it, but I really hope you can push them in the water in this, because it would be a bit of a waste of this kind of grid-based environmental fight if the environment was just a setting for this board to exist on. I keep expecting them to get like attacks of opportunity when I walk away from them, and that's clearly not a thing here. I don't know why I keep expecting it. It's deck building, but the grid movement and the way that everything has very set amounts of health, and there's very little randomness in the execution of moves, kind of feels very, very much like Into the Breach, and that works really well. Doing that Into the Breach kind of chess game type thing, but doing it with deck building to just kind of drive and limit the moves you get each turn, it works really well for me. It's a very neat combination of things. I haven't even got to the point in this game yet where it becomes a Soulslike. So before we get to that mix of, oh, it's a deck builder and a Soulslike, I'm kind of really impressed by the way it mixes the deck builder with the kind of grid-based battle. I'm sure other games have done it, but just feels kind of elegant here. I'm interested to see what permutations of combat we get in such a small grid like that. Okay, so I'm collecting resources to build my cards with rather than just getting given them or buying them with coins. So I've got a reason to do the picking stuff up in the environment thing. That's neat as well. So I think where the Soulsborne stuff comes in on this is going to be what happens when you die, basically, and that kind of picking stuff up in the environment. So I'm guessing it's going to be a case of, when I take out one of these spirits, they're gone. If I die, they sort of stay dead the first time, but if I die twice, then it's like more of a traditional roguelike reset or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Or I just kind of lose some type of progress. I mean, it wouldn't be a Souls-like if I didn't lose some kind of progress, but we have yet to see what that means, and I don't want to... I don't want to rush to it because I sort of seem to be doing all right at the moment, which is nice. I don't know what that did. I'm close to dying anyway. I'm gonna lose this first run soon, so we will get to see what happens. Very satisfying the way that the enemies drop their little prezzies for you.
Got a sacred grove over there. Unvisited sacred grove. And new things we can buy. We're going to get enchanted weapon. Just because it's simple and I understand it. That's kind of what all my choices are based off when I start a game. What gives me the least amount of new stuff to think about. Huh? Oh, it's you again. You helped me, little one. I have spent many years here, so I might be able to help you as well. You're not from the spirit world. No, I'm a spirit traveler like yourself. I see you have reached another sacred grove. Once they are awakened, you will be able to travel between them. Okay. Dude's just here to tell me about fast travel. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate that mooses can be spirit travelers as well. That's a nice thing to know. But he's just here to tell us about teleporting. Okay, it's giving us a glimpse of there are other worlds than just the area we're in, you know? That's a cool map. I love a cool map. It's kind of showing us as well with that arrow where the forest is, where the area we're in now. And this kind of map looks like it would take a while to do, the forest we're currently in, that we started in. So kind of seeing all these different areas where each of these different coloured areas looks like a discrete biome. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be a massive game. And this is a really neat trick, the way that they've handled this, of showing us like the plan for the rest of the game. If we play the full thing, it's like there's a lot of stuff here. It's also not in enough detail to ruin any of it for us, because it's like, okay, we know there's going to be a snow place, right? It's like it's a really smart way of handling this sort of thing. Totems. These are our sort of slay the spire relic type things. Draw an extra card on your first turn. It's doing lore in a way that is telling us the structure of the game as well here, which is sort of killing two birds with one stone. She said I should find a sacred grove. Is this just a heal? Okay. The sacred groves are our bonfires. So these guys have restocked now. The ones that I've went through and fought before, they are back where they were. They're red again on the map. So it's now a question of whether we go through this way to light the next bonfire. Because it does look like it's outside the boss. Like if we go along here, there's two regular enemies, there's another sacred grove, and then we've got an elder spirits here, which is going to be tougher spirits, and a nest, whatever that is. We haven't done a nest before. But there is a quicker way to a nest this way, but I'm going to go this route because it lets us kind of tick off a larger amount of new things. So we're heading to the east and the north. And I may as well make sure I use any cards I can build before we head into the next fight. Ah, look. So we've got suits of cards we can build from. This is a green one, which I guess are cards that you gather in the forest, and these are cards that you potentially start off with. Not enough death howls. Not enough ingredients. Not enough ingredients, okay. So yeah, I just can't make anything at the moment, but it's worth checking. Is that a big snail? And a big frog? Amazing. Slimy. This character will leave a toxic trail behind when moving. Excellent. Environmental puzzles left by enemies. I like it. Rooted. Cannot be moved by other characters. Gains block when damaged by an attack. Okay, we're starting to get some interesting character differentiation between the different types of enemies here.
pulled me. You can really get quite messed up in one round of this, and rightly so. Keep forgetting you can't hurl a rock at something when you're stood right next to it. I should have maybe moved away with my remaining mana that time. Poke. Electro poke. I don't know if I'm actually going to make it through to the next one, but we'll see. Ooh. Found a secret cave. It's got like 3 snails in and 1 frog. And one of the snails is like funny colours, which makes me think it's going to be a super hard one. So I need to just not go in there right now, because I will definitely get whooped by them, because it's twice as many enemies as the enemies that just took off half my health. There's a footprint trail there. These are deer tracks. He must be nearby. Olvi, where are you? Uh-oh. Okay, enemies getting weird now. We've got a frog, a wood, and a burning egg of redness. Sunless hollow, exploding plant, gloom croak. The lads are all here. Okay. Exploding plant down in 1. That's good, I guess. And I'll just get next to the frog so he can't pull me like he did before, at least then. Oh. The exploding plant has come back already. I feel like this is the kind of fight where it's really wanting to encourage you to like push things in front of the plant and then blow the plant up. And that's fantastic, but I'm not going to be able to do it. But I'm glad that that's a thing that it does, because that's cool. If you give me any game where I can shoot stuff, if there's one thing I want to do more than shoot stuff, it's shoot a thing that explodes next to a person who I could have just shot, and watching them go kaboom. That's just classic video game shenanigans. And in this case, it's not even a barrel, it's a scary eggplant. So probably died because I'm just not very good at this, and I wasn't, thinking well enough. But hard to tell when a game has upgrading and stuff, like how much of early death is just, how rubbish you're supposed to be at that point in the game. Right, so I back out of that fight. I've got 9 health again, so it lets me try the fight again from basically the position I was already in, because so if I heal again at the Sacred Grove, that's like a bonfire rest in a Souls game, and that means that these guys are back. Let's go the other way. I'm going to go the other way and see if this way is easier. I think maybe the ones with the dot in the middle have, higher level enemies in, but I'm not totally sure there. But yeah, let's go the other way and see what happens.
Ah.